You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, today is 420, and we're asking, what is your craziest weed high stories? I mean, you were so high, you didn't know what the hell was going on. I actually have two. One time I was in Miami, and I was smoking with some Haitians out there. Sock passe to all my Haitians in Miami. And I had to catch a flight, so I ran out the club and ran to the airport. I was running late. I ran on the plane, and I was supposed to be flying back to LaGuardia, but I ran on a plane that was flying back to JFK. I didn't know. And there was somebody sitting in my seat. I was in the wrong plane, so I told dude, get out my seat. And he was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, you're in my seat. So I grabbed his ticket, and I looked at his ticket, and I said, you see? You're flying to JFK. This is the wrong plane. And everybody was like, no, dummy, you're on the wrong plane. And I looked to the left, and there was Maxwell. And I looked to the right, and there was Estelle. And I just ran off the flight, and I was just so high and so dumb.
So the Maxwell saw you run off the plane?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, Maxwell and Estelle.
And he been flirting with your wife ever since?
Stop it, man.
Wow.
Why does it have to go back to my wife, all right?
Wow.
It has nothing to do with my wife.
Last time I was high was last May. I was in Los Angeles doing book signings because my book, Black Privilege, that just came out in April. And this was before I started going to therapy for my anxiety. So my dumb ass thought that if I smoked some weed, maybe it would ease my anxiety. But nobody told me that sativa is an upper. And what I needed was indica, because indica is what brings you down, I guess. So I smoked that sativa, and it just made me more anxious, and my anxiety went through the roof, and I couldn't stop shaking. And it was like I was doing the Harlem Shake and the Millie Rock at the same goddamn time.
I've been there.
And every time I would fall asleep, I would feel these black shadowy hands like grabbing me, trying to pull me down. So I would jump up and scream no. And then my wife was like, "Are you gonna run out of here naked?" And I was like, I don't know. So I put all my clothes on just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah, and then I just, Harlem Shaked and Millie Rocked until I finally fell asleep.
Another time I was high, I was on a plane, right? And I don't want to use the term fat, but a family of fat people got on the plane, right?
A herd.
A herd.
Not a family, that was a herd.
It was a family of obese people got on the flight, and we were all in first class. And I just remember not being able to breathe because I was like, they're all on top of me. And my face felt like I was in the window. And they were just getting bigger and getting bigger and getting bigger. And I just couldn't breathe. And I kept looking, and I just kept seeing fat on their arms. And it was just...
Well, that's because they were fat. I've hallucinated before. I remember one time it was my birthday, and this is when I was living in Columbia, South Carolina, salute to the 803. And I was at Wax House, and it was my man Dre. And this one I wasn't really smoking at all. So I smoked like 4 toasts, and I was sitting in the room by myself, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. So I took off running, and I jumped in my car, and I was driving.
Right.
And as I was driving, I saw myself in the passenger seat. And myself turned to me and said, slow down. And when I looked at the speedometer, I was doing like 40.
Right.
So I was like, what you mean slow down? And then myself looked at me again and said, slow down. So then I was just fighting myself because I was like, I don't want to go too slow because the police will pull me over.
Right.
But then I don't want to go too fast because the police will pull me over. So I looked and I was just like, I'm going to try to do the speed limit. So I just kept it at 55 until I made it home.
That was
yes.
a little,
I want to thank myself for helping myself out in that situation.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't. That's why I don't smoke. Hello, who's this?
This is Isaiah from Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, you sound like you high right now. What's your craziest high story, brother?
Man, I've been sitting on hold for a whole hour waiting for y'all to answer the phone, so this is officially my craziest high story. I've been rolling up, hitting the bone. I done made me 2 cups of coffee just sitting here like, I wonder if they going to answer the phone, because I'm sure tell y'all I've been sitting on the phone waiting.
What strain was you smoking this morning that had you stuck for an hour, sir?
My cousin gave me some OG.
Okay.
Some straight OG. And I'm telling you, I feel good right now.
All
My
righty,
brother, enjoy your day, man.
He said he was holding on the phone for an hour. We only set this up 15 minutes ago. Hello.
Yo, what up?
Alex, we're talking your craziest high story.
I just caught that. Yeah, he really thought he was on the phone for an hour. He only been there 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Go ahead, Alex.
I got high, and then I went to Dunkin' Donuts to order a coffee, but then instead of talking to the intercom, I was talking to the trash barrel right before the intercom.
So wait a minute. You was high, you went to Dunkin' Donuts to order food, and you was talking to the trash can trying to make your order.
Yeah, trying to make my order, but I needed to talk to the intercom right before the trash barrel.
Oh.
Yeah,
how many donuts did you order, though?
Nah, just the coffee, and I took off.
What's up with y'all with weed and coffee?
I don't know.
What's up? That's a combination now?
I don't know. It's 420, and we're asking, what is your craziest high story? All right, we have, let me see, Kiara on the line. Kiara, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
We're talking your craziest high story.
Okay, so it was me, my sister, and my cousin. We was in a car. We was in Jersey at Bransford Park, and we all had a sight going, but we all copped our own butt. So my cousin, we smoking. Next thing you know, she jump out the car, and we like, what's wrong with her? So we get out to check on her. She on all fours. She walk like she in a circle, like she a monkey or something. So she took off. I'm running after her. Next thing you know, she jump up these flights, pop this fence, jump up a flight of stairs, rolled down the stairs. I'm like, oh my God, yo, she gonna die. She running. I seen her jump off a bridge. I'm like, oh. Now I'm high. So
She
I'm
jumped
like,
off a bridge?
She jumped off a bridge. Like, she jumped off a bridge I don't know, she was trying to get home, I guess, but she literally jumped off the bridge. Like, you know, an overpass, you walking, and she just hopped off of it. I'm like, yo, I'm bugging out. Like, yo, son, I got to be tripping because I'm high right now. Nah, she dead, jumped off the bridge. So I'm thinking, yo, I ran the other way because I'm like, yo, she dead. I'm going to jail.
You
They
left
gonna
her?
Catch me. Yo, son, I didn't know where she went. I was looking for her, but I didn't see her. And I'm like, I heard sirens. So, you know, I'm high, I'm tweaking. I'm like, oh, nah, they ain't going to catch me. I'm good. So I ran the opposite way.
Well, did you find her?
Did she
Did
die?
you eventually?
Yeah, I found her. She happened to be in her house, but when we walked in the house, she tweaked out. Like, she was, I don't know you. I don't know you. And her mother yelling, get her some milk. Get her some milk.
Get her some
I'm
milk.
like, oh, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm happy that you're not a follower because a lot of friends, when they friends jump off a bridge, they jump with them. Okay.
Yo, not the least bit. I was good. I went the opposite way. I'm black. Forget that. I'm good.
Black. Thank
Jesus
you, Mama.
Christ.
Hello, Jinx.
What up, Envy?
What's
what
your-
up, Charlamagne?
What's
up,
your
brother?
craziest high story, bro?
It was a little concert a couple years back. All the artists and stuff had, food, and they had some edibles downstairs. I didn't know how, potent the edibles were. So I had a whole edible and an energy drink. And the people that I came with, once it kicked in, I thought some people had kidnapped them and killed them, and they were after me. So I ended up getting in my car, going and holding my gun and thinking somebody was trying to kill me and tried to drive home. Knew that I wasn't in my right mind, so I pulled over, called the cops on myself, told them I had a loaded gun in the car.
What?
They ended up taking me to the hospital. Yeah, threw up all over the floor. They was trying to get me to pee, but I couldn't pee. There was a catheter in me. I ended up sleeping for 2 days straight. It was crazy.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Ain't none of y'all making me want to smoke today.
Nah, Babs, with all these crazy
Man, I
stories.
was thinking about it. I was like, Friday, you know what I'm saying? But I'm good.
Now, Jason,
Hey, what's up, man?
your story involves weed and butts.
Yeah, it's hilarious, man. So, it was.
What you put your mouth on before you start? Which one did you
What's
put?
that?
Both.
Which one did you put your mouth on before we start? This
Go ahead, tell the
conversation?
story.
No,
man.
I didn't even end up smoking that. I'm gonna tell you what happened after that. So, two of my homeboys and my oldest brother, right? So I'm the youngest one. Around this time, I was around 13. I had smoked with my homeboy's older brother, right? So I smoked with my OG, and then my brother came to pick me up, and he didn't even know that I was high. So we ended up pulling over to roll up another beat. And then my homeboy starts rolling, and then one of my other homeboys sees a car. This is late at night. So he starts looking at it, and he's like, yo, I think that's a cop. And then my homeboy, we all start tripping out. So my homeboy grabs the weed, right? He's about to, he was breaking down the Rillo. He, threw it out the window. So then he grabs the bag, and then we see him pull his pants down, and we're like, yo, what are you doing? And he's like, shut up, I know what I'm doing. And then all of a sudden, we didn't realize that he was putting the between his cheeks. Supposedly he put it between his cheeks. We said that he shoved it up his.
Why you ain't help him?
Why ain't helpful, man? I was 13 when that. He was the oldest one. He was trying to take, he was trying to take over for the team, and I didn't know he was going to go that far.
That man was trying to save y'all life and keep y'all from going to jail, and you couldn't even put your thumb in his for a good cause?
My
Oh,
goodness.
hell no.
Help him push that weed up his next time.
My goodness. All right. Well, that is some of the craziest high stories I heard. It's not making me want to get high.
I'm not getting high, but do remember the moral of the story is some of your strongest friendships can start with a blunt, okay? So think about that today on 420. Smoke with a stranger. You never know where a relationship can lead.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in